Have you ever heard this song from the Monty Python? Always look on the bright side of life. Not a great singer, but you get the point. It's one of my memories growing up. My dad showed me a lot of Monty Python when I was growing up, and that song comes to mind when I'm trying to be positive. And 2023 is here. It's a new year. We're being positive. We're trying to look at the bright side of life, right? 2022 was a hard year, especially with the economy. I mean, we had lots of different things happen. The markets took a dip. We had inflation is the big story that happened this year in 2022. You heard it in the newspapers, you heard it on the radio. When you were trying to avoid it, you heard it everywhere because that's what people were talking about. Inflation really took a toll on us. I mean, I had a client who called me the other day and said that her grocery bill that was usually $150 was close to $300 this week because inflation has taken effect. Eggs just from September to October went up 10% in price. I mean, it's just astronomical what's going on. But how can we look at something like inflation, which has a very negative connotation right now, and look at the bright side of it, right? Let's look at the positive. There were some positives that actually happened with inflation, particularly with taxes for 2023. Now, not 2022, not the ones that you're going to file for 2022, but for 2023. Now, here's a couple of examples of how it's actually helped us, because when the government is looking at inflationary prices in an inflationary environment, they make changes to different parts of the tax laws to help alleviate some of the pain. So the typical one that most people know is that you can contribute more to retirement accounts. So for 2022, if you are under the age of 50, you could put in 20,500. And now it's 22,500. So that's a whole other $2,000 that you can put into your 401k and maybe help with some taxes. And lots of other areas have changed as well. HSA deductions have gone up. IRA and Roth IRA contributions have gone up. Those haven't changed in a long time, and they've actually changed this year. Another thing that changed that a lot of people don't know, and I actually didn't really realize this until recently, was that the income brackets changed. So you have your traditional 10%, 15, et cetera, 36% tax brackets. Those are there, right? They don't change. But what can change is the income levels that are within those tax brackets. So let's just say you're filing in the 24% tax bracket. Last year, the minimum of that tax bracket that puts you in that tax bracket, let's put it that way, was about $170,000. For 2023, it's actually $190,000, give or take. There, I think it's $190,700 or something like that, right? So why the difference? Well, the government knows that your income is not necessarily increasing at the same rate as inflation. That's why inflation, especially now, is seen as such a bad thing, because our wages aren't keeping up with this inflation. Our wages are keeping up with the historical inflation, which is about 2.5% or so. So when they make these shifts, there is a chance that you could be in a different tax bracket, hopefully maybe a lower tax bracket. That would be wonderful, right? We could use that in 2023. So keep that stuff in mind when everything sounds doom and gloom. There are some things that brighten our day, that can get us going in 2023 in the right direction. We are here to help you battle inflation and make sure you're handling it the right way and taking advantage of some of the good things that are coming through from inflation. So give us a call. We are always here to help you with your planning. One Vision Retirement, your retirement in 2020 vision.